Hello. Hello. My name is Steven, and I am an INTP, and that's kind of why I want to talk to you today. Figured this out pretty recently, and been going around YouTube, checking it out like all INTPs do, and then make a video about it. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm not really sure what I want to talk about, but I'm sick of being in my own world, and I want to express my ideas with other INTPs. Because it's not that I don't have friends, and it's not that I don't know how to socialize with these people. It's just that they don't really understand me. And it's hard to find someone who gets you on those levels. It's really hard to find a woman who's an INTP. But I'm doing my best, and I found a woman, a great girl. She's got depth. I'm guessing she's an ESTJ. It's just a guess. But she really interests me, and I really struggle telling her how I feel. And it's really hard because I have emotion, or I feel as if I have emotion, but I think about it and I analyze it, and I can't tell her exactly how I feel. I mean, I could probably scare her most definitely, but I want to tell her that she interests me, and I like her depth, and I like her personality, and I think we have a lot in common. But you can't just go out and tell that to a girl without scaring her, and it kind of sucks because I want to share who I am with the world, but it's hard to portray who I am to everybody because, I mean, I just deem that as a risk. But risk is crazy. I don't know if other INTPs are like this, but I'm a risk taker, and I'm always putting myself on the edge, and I think that's really cool that I can push the boundaries of everything. And I guess a lot of INTPs do that. You know, you can't just conform. You gotta ask why. And that's what I'm always doing. So I'm asking why can't I do this, and then pushing those edges. And that's probably part that plays into me being a risk taker. But the risks that I find really hard, the risks that are just extremely risky, that I really concern me, that like it's really hard to bring myself to do. It's things to do with expressing my extroverted side, or my feelings, my sensing side. And I find it really difficult to do that. And this intuition that I have, it's great, but I can't act off of it all the time, which is hard because I get this intuition like this girl likes me. I think I should do this, and this. And then I analyze it, and this is where the thinking part comes in. I just think about it, and by the time I'm done thinking about it, analyzing it, and know that, oh, this is what I want, that girl has already walked out the door, and it's too late. So it's hard to get people to see me for how I really am and how I want them to see me. But you have to put on this hard shell because otherwise you will be discriminated against, in a sense. People, not everyone's very friendly. I'm friendly. But I'm an introvert, so I'm friendly to myself and the people that know me, and the other people don't really get that, and they're a little bit turned off by it because it makes I appear as weird or awkward. But that's just kind of who I am, and I just wish that they could understand who they are, so then they can realize that we're all a little bit different. And I don't know why INTPs are or all the INTs in general are usually the people that realize that quickest, or have that strive to find out their importance and their reason. And it's those people who will understand you, and you can play off of that. But then there's those ESTJs, which apparently I'm supposed to have good compatibility with, that I would just match up with strengths and weaknesses, and I find incredibly attractive. But I still can't express my feelings because it's a risk to me, and I know that you have to take risks to expand yourself. what I mean by that is I was very introverted. I was very unsocial, and what you have to do is put yourself in uncomfortable situations and force yourself to use the extroverted side of you. And when you do that, you can definitely expand on it, and you can learn from your experience, and you can analyze it. And a lot of the times you're gonna mess up to start with, most all the time. But sometimes the times that you mess up the worst are the things that you learn the most from. And when you can learn something about yourself or the people around you, you can apply that to your own settings. And when you can apply that to your own settings, you can improve who you are, and you can improve how you interact with the world. And I have a lot of thoughts, I have a lot of things to think about, and I don't really feel like I have the time to think about all of them. And that's the problem. I spend time thinking about these things when it's like a social gathering, and I can't really help it. And I need to think about these things to kind of sustain my brain, to make it feel satisfied. That's what I believe, at least. I think that's how the whole INTP thing goes. And it's just hard to form relationships with other people because they it's hard to show your true colors. It's hard to fly that flag when you know that no one will understand that flag and everyone will question it, and it just doesn't make sense to the majority. So you just have to find someone who flies the same colors as you, who has the same flag. But that's just the thing, and it's not easy to find. So you have to put yourself out there, and you have to adventure, because otherwise you're going to end up lonely. And if you're lonely, you're just not happy. And this life's about being happy, and just doing your part, doing everything that you can, and acting on every possibility. Because if you don't, there's so much that you're going to miss out on. And those possibilities only come once. You don't really have more than one chance to act on it at that opportunity, and if you don't, it's gone. And a big thing I've had to learn to cope with is that you can't dwell on the past, that you have to understand, you have to accept it for what it is, and understand where you play into that and what you could have done better. And that's how you prove, that's how you expand on yourself and create a better person out of yourself, because that's what it's all about. The one thing you can't get back is time. So I'm doing my best to spend it wisely. That's really all I have. Thanks for listening. I hope someone gets something out of this.